welcome back to the Rose Room. I have another great video for you guys today. This is episode 3 of our postpartum life and depression series. I hope you guys are ready, but before we can get this video started, I need you guys to comment below how old your child is or your children are, and that's just so I can get to know a little bit more about you guys. And subscribe to the channel for more great episodes. There are 2 more series coming after this one, and they're going to be great. They're going to be awesome topics. You're going to learn a lot. So let's get into this video. Family is not just important, it's everything. And I realized that once I moved to Texas. Now I'm going to tell you guys a quick story. So when I first had Luna, pretty much all my family came to see me, and it was probably one of the greatest days of my life because I just started my own family myself, and all of my family was around to support me. Even Joe's side of the family was there to support me. And I remember when I was in the hospital, I just felt so loved and so cared for because everybody was there just to support me, and it was just an amazing experience to have everyone there surrounding me with love and congrats on having my baby. But then 4 months after I had her, I moved away from home. I moved from Maryland to Texas, and that put a strain on a lot of my relationships, and that's actually what this video is about. Postpartum life with dealing with personal relationships such as me and my boyfriend and family relationships. And the first relationship I want to talk about is me and my boyfriend's relationship. So ever since I've had my daughter, the first few weeks he was there because he had took off work, to spend time with me and Luna for the first few weeks, but he did have to go back to Texas, and that put a strain on our relationship a little bit for a little while until I moved down here with him. And now that I'm here, life didn't exactly go as I expected it to. Like, I really expected it to be all rainbows and all happy and joyous because I would have my family together like I didn't have when I was little. Like, I didn't have my father in the household when I was little, so now I thought, now that Luna gets to experience having a dad in her life and all that, it was just going to be a totally different story, and it wasn't. It wasn't the way I pictured it would be. There has been a lot of ups and downs. There has been a lot of times where I felt alone even when he was there. And we had a lot of miscommunication problems, and we worked through them all. We're in a good space right now, but it really shows like it takes way more effort to have a relationship, a healthy relationship, when you have a child in the midst of it. Like, you have to work 10 times harder to connect and be on the same page with your partner, because sometimes you can let that baby overshadow your partner, and it's not healthy for the child or for your significant other. So that's one thing that I've learned with this relationship. I really do have to try and put a real effort to connect with him and still be intimate. And I'm not talking sexually because we are not having sex right now. We are waiting until we're married. And yes, you guys are gonna say, well, you already had a kid, so what? We are Christians and we're trying to live righteously. So no, we are not having sex right now. And and I think also by us not having sex right now, it has really opened up me spiritually, and it helped me focus a lot on what I needed to be doing. So if you're not married and you have a child with your significant other, I would really strongly suggest that you try not having sex and see how much you guys can become more individuals just by stopping doing that one simple act. But so the next topic would be how this pregnancy has affected my relationship with my family back in Maryland. So for the most part, everything's good with me and my mom. It's my siblings that I'm having a problem with. The communication barrier, and it's just like I'm scared to talk to them because I don't want them to like just start screaming and yelling at me, because I've grown a lot and I've changed a lot since I've left the house, and I noticed a lot of things where I was wrong in while I was living with them when I was younger. And as I got older, actually once I had the baby, it helped me to mature a lot faster, and I'm really proud of that. And I wish it could have happened earlier, but it just made me realize, like, there was a lot of things that I would do and say when I was younger and very immature to them that just wasn't right. And by me leaving and not clearing that stuff up, it left some stuff unsaid, and it has affected our relationship because of the fact that I'm not there every day now, and they don't get to see Luna as often. And it is hard because this is my mom's first grandchild, and it is their first niece. So, you know, it's hard, but I'm working through it. And I still love my family. I really do. They have helped me so much. I remember Kia, she would buy me food when I was pregnant. She would do a whole bunch of stuff. They bought me laundry detergent, all kinds of stuff. And they watched Luna for me so I could get naps and stuff. My mom would cook for me all the time. And I really do appreciate everything that they do, but I noticed, like, they are feeling some type of way because I'm not there and they don't get to see Luna, and I don't talk to them as much as I could. But then also it's like, it's not all on me. Like, they can also call me if they really wanted to talk to me, and that's the other thing that comes into play. It's just like, it's not only me. You can't just blame me. I had to do this move for the betterment of my family and my child. So let me know if you guys have experienced that with moving away from family and them just like being upset or feeling some type of way because you did move. And I mean, I really do love my family, but it's just, I did this move for me and my child, and it's the best decision I ever made in my whole life. It really is. Alright, and that brings me to the last part of my relationship with Joe's family. Since I have been here for 6 months, it's been a mixture of mostly ups with some downs, and that's like interpersonal downs where I just been down. And I remember there was a point in time where I was literally staying at Joe's parents' house like every week, and it was just like, I need a chance to breathe. And that's when we decided to stay at our house more often, you know. And it's not that I didn't appreciate them helping, because when I was here, they helped a lot. They took Luna a lot when she was crying at night and stuff like that, so I really do appreciate that from them. But it was like, I felt suffocated, like I wanted my own space. And once I told Joe that, you know, he made it happen, so we got to stay at the house more. And another thing with Joe's side of the family, they're so loving. At the end of the day, both sides of my family are loving, but there's just something different about Joe's family. Like, they can argue and fuss and fight one minute, and the next minute they're like talking and being silly with each other, and that's something I didn't really see a lot, because the bounce back on my mom's side of the family was like, it took them a couple of weeks or a couple of days to get back to where they were relationship wise. But here it's like instantaneously, like they have an argument, they're back together happy. And I just love that about them. And they're all very different, very unique individuals, and they actually do, my two younger brothers on Joe's side of the family, they actually do remind me a lot of my two younger brothers on my mom, and they're around the same age too, which is really, really weird. So that's really funny. And another thing that I noticed since I've been here is I've been getting so many blessings just out of nowhere. Like, I'll say I need clothes. I'll tell Joe, like, oh, I need clothes, and I'll get blessed by someone to go get me clothes. Or I say Luna needs clothes. This literally happened to me yesterday. I said Luna needs clothes, and literally somebody the same day that I said that brought Luna some clothes. So there's abundant amounts of blessings here, and I really think it's just the fact that I'm attached to this family. And there's abundant amounts of blessings on my other side of my family, because my grandparents help on both sides, but I really feel like I really needed to be here, because this is where my family would start, and this is where my family was complete, where Luna would have her father. And there's so many opportunities in Texas, and it's just so freeing to be out of the house. And I feel like it really is, this move has really strengthened me and my mother's relationship too, because we get to have our own space and be individuals and still start our own lives. And I mean, sometimes I feel like my mom having to deal with 5 kids, we suffocated her a little bit, well, a lot. So by her being alleviated of 1 kid, and 2, because I'm launching college, I feel like it helped a lot. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. But I just want you guys to keep in mind, like, family really is important. It is everything, and no matter what you guys go through, you gotta stick together. A house divided against itself cannot stand, and that means that if people in your house aren't all on the same page, it will fall. If the foundation is not stable enough, it will fall. And I've seen it happen, mostly on my side of the family side, but hey, it's life. We go through things, and we are human, we are imperfect, and we do immature and stubborn things. And I have even caught myself doing immature and stubborn things, but I'm just glad that God has allowed me to mature in a way where I can understand where I did wrong, so I can fix it now with my family and make sure that my kids don't go through the same things that I did and do the same stupid things that I did to my family members that caused havoc in our relationship. So that's just a little bit of what I've learned so far, relationship-wise, since I've had my daughter and since I have started my own family. And I just want to leave you guys with this. The love of family is life's greatest blessing. That's what I want to leave you guys with. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you guys subscribe to the channel. I hope you learned something. And I hope you can see how God has worked in my life since I have had my child, and what He has showed me through this motherhood process of me maturing and becoming more spiritual, and just having a closer connection with God Himself. And I really think that all stemmed from me having a baby. And I will see you guys next time in the next episode of Postpartum Life and Depression. We are leaving the Rose Room.